Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
My name is Olamide Adeboye. I'm the founder of Wakava Food and Beverage. So Wakava is an organic, health-conscious company which I found a couple of months ago. So, we're trying to bring a healthy African beverage to the market. So we have a couple of healthy African beverage that has not made it to the mainstream market, that are actually more healthy than any other drinks. It's an herbs drink we use in Africa in centuries. But because in Africa, we adopt things from outside a lot. So we didn't value our own herbs, drinks, food, mostly, So my end goal is to bring a couple of African beverages to the mainstream market. And these are one of the a beverage. This is one of the beverage I put up together, and is a very healthy beverage. So the main ingredient in Wakava is hibiscus. Hibiscus is a very healthy antioxidant drink, which people don't really know about. And a couple of people know about hibiscus, but has not really make it to the mainstream market. So that is the purpose of Wakava. We are going to bring up a couple of healthy drink to the mainstream market. So when I say Wakava, the healthy Wakava has a lot of healthy benefit. So Wakava is kind of highly antioxidant. It's very good for high blood pressure, and it's very good for immune systems. It's very healthy drink. And our main purpose right now is to give the people the actual what they needed, because from our survey we find out that people now need more healthy drink than ever. People turning back from soda. They want everybody try to be health conscious. So that's why we're trying to do this, to bring the African made drink to the mainstream market. So this is the actual Wakava look like. We're still working on the label, and we are hoping for suggestion on how you view the label, because we know we have millions of beverage on the shelf, to get Wakava recognized. So we're seeking for advice from people to tell us what they think about the label and the worth on the label. So another drink that we have invented is called Wakava Chili. Why Wakava Chili? We know everyone wake up in the morning to drink coffee, and to start their day, they need a kick. So Wakava Chili is kind of like a kick. It's made out of capsaicin, and capsaicin is healthier than caffeine. So the capsaicin is what we use to make Wakava Chili. It gives the same kick you want in the morning to get you going. So So that's why we make this capsaicin drink, which is we call Wakava chili, and it's out a different flavor. It's a new kick, but right now we're focusing on the hibiscus to bring that to the mainstream market, and next we're going to introduce the Wakava chili, which is a new trend and a new kick to the market. Now we have another product in our portfolio, which we put together also. This is called Wakava antioxidant herbal bar. So this bar has a lot of healthy ingredient in it. We have moringa, which is highly antioxidant, which they call the miracle tree in Africa. It cures more than 300 diseases. And it has hibiscus in it, and it has another highly fiber nut, which they call tiger nut. Tiger nut is another highly fiber nut that we usually use in Africa. We extracted the milk from it, and we use it for a lot of healthy drink also. So this is a highly herbs bar you can ever find in the market. With the way we have put the ingredient together, and it's a very highly we make it with care and carefully, and everything there is very healthy. So, like our mission, our product is a kind of a product whereby we use to help the farmers, the women that work in the farm, to get us the highly quality ingredient that we use to produce our product. And with this Wakava, we're going to put our effort from our profit to give back to the community, like the women's, the veterans, the homeless people. Like we have been doing this with our sister company right from India, and which is not a new thing to us, so we continue doing this every now and then. When this company started growing a little by little, we'll be giving back to the community monthly, quarterly, giving food, from what we earn from Wakava. So our target market. So we have a target market, which is average income of a woman of $40,000, and the health conscious lifestyle people that shop in international and LT. So our market plans, we're going to use the old way of marketing, which people have already backed up from. We're going to do door-to-door marketing. Offline marketing will be more in our marketing. We're going to talk to people. We're going to make them understand, because the new product, which we made it with unfamiliar plants that the people in the United States is not much familiar about it. So we're going to try to make people understand the health benefit of this plant and how it is. So we're going to go door to door. How can we do this? By going to door, restaurant to restaurant, bar to bar, a yoga class to one yoga class, co-working space to one co-working space. So we're going to do a lot of online marketing to get offline marketing and online marketing to get people to make them understand about this product. And we're going to try make it to trade show. We're going to make our social media presence very strong. So Wakava, we have a couple of competition in the market. We have Zobo, we have Corona, we have Coca-Cola, Agro Tea, Bab, Kombucha, Nestle, Palm, and so on and so forth. So these are our competition in the market, which we really recognize and we really watch closer what they're doing. And we try as much to get our product more highly and more healthier for people to acquire our product. So the outlook. In the most market, the organic juice is super premium, and the global value says for the commercial package, an organic amount are around 2 billion in 2016. So sales concentrate in developing countries. So North American generate the highest shares of sales and account and half of the global value. So Wakava has a very highly advantage in African market. Hired in 2017, the largest beverage trade show in the world, which is DrinkTech, the world leading trade show, trade fair, beverage and liquor industry, held in Munich, Germany. In September 11 to 2025. It has been revealed that Nigeria is the first market with the biggest consumption of soft drink. So why Nigeria is the first market with the biggest consumption of soft drink is Nigeria has 200 million population, and the water, our water is not being treated very well enough to get everybody. So people use soft drink to substitute water a lot. So that's why we are next to United States when it comes to soft drink consumption. So our end goal is to make Wakava international, and based on Wakava is African beverage, which has been new in west part of Africa and other eastern part of Africa, and mainly as Nigeria is the largest population in Africa, so we have market ahead in Nigeria. So Wakava, the hibiscus in Wakava, we use it for the baked product, jam, syrup, soap, and jelly. So there's nothing like waste in this product. We can use the product to produce more and more and more and more. So it's highly friendly, it's good for children of all age. You can drink it anytime, any day. For sport, Wakava is good. It's good for you. As a sportman, you can drink it anytime, any day. Thank you.
Hello. Who wants to start with questions? Okay. curious, where is it manufactured? Are you sourcing ingredients from Africa? Is it manufactured locally? What's the sourcing aspect look like?
Yeah, we sourcing an ingredient from Africa, but right now we are working on to get a space because we want to start producing Wakava from St. Louis here. It's going to be a St. Louis product. It's going to be an African beverage made in Missouri, St. Louis.
Ingredients from Africa though, or?
Yeah, we are starting the 50% ingredient from Africa and the 50 ingredient from St. Louis here. We are member of Agri Missouri in order to link to the other farmers and get 50% ingredients from St. Louis.
What does it taste like? This is America. We don't care about healthy. We want to know it tastes good.
Very good.
Over there.
That's
Yes, we have a couple of drinks here for taste testing, so you can taste it, and we really want your authentic feedback from you.
Okay, the other thing is, have you talked to health food stores? And if you're looking at high-income women, the spas, the beauty spas, they always provide a nice drink when you're going for a massage.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
First off, that is a beautiful product. I really enjoyed hearing about it. I guess what I really just wanted to know, I mean, all the stuff you put up there, I thought made a lot of sense. You know, marketing strategy made a lot of sense. The value proposition all makes sense to me. How can we all help you here today? When you came into this space, what can we do to support your business?
So right now, our main problem now is we are looking for a space to start producing the product. So the space is what we really need right now to get, because we try the incubator, or the food incubator in St. Louis, they closed down, and well, what we're trying to do is to start it small and produce it right by ourselves. We don't want to use a co-packing, so we try to do it ourselves because sometimes from what I get from the co-packing, sometimes they messed up the ingredient and stuff like that, because this is an healthy drink, so we have to be very carefully producing. So that's why we choose not to use whole packing. We want to produce it right by ourselves. So right now we're looking for a space to get it started, and we already got we have our equipment, all our tools that we need to produce the product. We just need a space now. So that's what we need right now.
Okay. So quick question.
Yes, sir.
The drink and then the bar, are you introducing those at the same time or one before the other?
One for the other. Right now we're introducing Wakava to let people familiar with the brand and the names. So as time goes on, we introduce the bar. But the bar will be the next before the chili beverage.
Okay, because I was just curious because the bar market and drink market are going to be different.
Yes,
so
sir.
As you're looking at, entering into either one of those markets, if that kind of played a decision for you as to easier to get into this market to establish the brand versus the other. So that's kind of why I was asking that.
Oh, thank you.
And then the other question, you had Wakaka for the bar. Was that a typo?
Sorry?
You had Wakaka for the bar. Is that a typo, or was it supposed to be a Wakava?
It's Wakava.
Okay, so it was a typo.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I was going to say because Wakaka you might not want to use.
No, it's Wakava. Thank you.
Thanks for a great presentation. I really appreciate that. Just a quick clarification question. When you're saying that one of your primary needs, or maybe your critical path need, is space, you're looking for commercial kitchen space or just space?
It's going to be just a space, but it has to be a commercial property.
Okay, understood. Thanks. And then All right. So, just to, I guess it's another clarification question. What's the current production capacity? Are these out in sales anywhere, or is this still pre-launch, or what's kind of the current status of the product, and what sort of timeline are you looking at for the next step, whatever that may be?
Okay, Wakava is still a pre-launch product,
Okay.
on which we have been getting a lot of calls, and we've made a lot of pre-launch sales also. Even I try to let the pre-launch stage that people are really want to buy the product, but I've been trying to let them know we're still in pre-launch. And even somebody called me like, I need 3 cases of Wakava, but I told him we still the pre-launch. We don't have we're still working on our label, so I don't care about the label. I already test the product and I really want it. So we ship the 3 cases to this gentleman. And we already got a call from Texas, we got a call from Denmark, we got a call from Macedonia, and we got a call from Sweden that they need the product. So,
Congratulations.
Well, that was a great presentation. Thank you very much. So a couple of other things I was thinking about, would it be helpful if somebody wanted to buy some product now, they could buy product from you, I'm assuming, and that would be helpful. It would help to get the word out and test out. So is that, like if somebody wanted to buy something from you today, could they do that?
yes.
So that would be helpful.
So we're going to explain to them that, because, many people really want to know, okay, what are the ingredients, what is the nutritional fat and stuff like that. I know we have a great nutritional fat and the ingredient, but our label has not been completely put together, because we're still seeking advice from people to get the best look label and the words that will be in the front of the label. Is it okay? Can you spot something when this product is in front, in the middle of thousands of product? Can you spot it out? So we need that from. That's why we're really happy to be here today in the front of the genius people like you guys.
So I had another question. So if people bought product from you today, that would be helpful. The other question was, would it also be helpful if people made introductions to retail store owners, small retail store owners that you could get test distribution in? If anybody knows someone that would be an introduction for you, would that be helpful?
Yeah, that would be absolutely helpful. We would love that.
So in answer to the question, what you can do, you can sign a purchase order and make introductions.
Go ahead.
All right, so, hola, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, tell us a little bit about yourself and a little bit about your team and, kind of the origin story of this, of the product, and kind of what's motivated you personally to become an entrepreneur.
Yeah, a little about myself. I can say I'm kind of a global citizen. I've been traveling for a long time. I've been to like 16 countries in the world, and I have a restaurant background. I own one of the first African fast food in India, and I'm into import and export of garments. I do garment exporting. So coming to US here, I'll try to venture into new challenge because I like challenges. I like doing new things. I like inventing stuff, So that's one of the main reasons I created the fast food, the African fast food in India. Because when I look around, I couldn't find anything similar to that. So like, why can't we have something like McDonald's that would be in African, fast food people can go in? Then I do that, and it's very successful. Within 3 months, the Indian government closed down the restaurant because they told me, and the rules of the Indian, like you can't have, as a foreigner, you can't have a business in India. You need somebody you need an Indian man to be the head of the company. I said, I'm not ready for that. We can close the company, the restaurant. So they closed it down, but we really make a good turnout there. So in terms of my team, right now I'm the only one doing everything, run the production, putting everything together, just doing the social media, and try to talk to people. So right now I'm the only one doing that.
I don't really have a question. I have more of a comment. You asked about the label, and personally, I think the label is very good. It's instantly recognizable. It's unique. Even the layout of it, the splitting the word, I think is very well done. So if you're looking for feedback on that, my personal opinion is I think it's a very good. I think the label is very strong, and I think your packaging out there, just looking at your bottles and everything is very strong and unique. It doesn't quite look like anything else. So that's one person's opinion. There you go.
So I think to touch on that, I do agree that your logo looks great as it is, and I think don't fall in the same trap that everybody else does, where they keep trying to perfect something and never actually put it out there. So what you really should be doing is get it 95% of the way that you want it, right? Okay. The numbers correct and the label look and stuff like that, because and get it out there and get your product selling, because then you can always make those tweaks to the, because that's a digital file, honestly, and you can always send the next, hey, this is my tweak for this label, let's go ahead and change it. Labels and logos can change over time. They don't need to be, this is the last time I can make a label for this bottle and then I'm done. So just try not to fall into that trap that I see a lot of companies do, where they're afraid to actually just go with it. Get it 95% of the way, put it on the bottle and start selling, because you'll start getting that initial revenue and start to be able, then you can make that tweak and take a little bit more time to get it exactly where you want it, I think. So.
Thank you.
Real quick question about the label. One of the renditions, the one that was just showing, didn't have it, so I don't know which one is the most recent iteration of the label. I agree that it looks awesome, but one of the things that I saw is like the second line down, you had like 3 points. You had 3 points underneath the main label, and it's the middle one was non-alcoholic. Was there a reason behind that? Were people thinking that it was
that was the chili drink.
Okay.
Which is the capsaicin.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that was the non-alcoholic.
Right. So were people getting confused that it was an alcoholic beverage, or because it seems like you could use that as like another selling point as far as its benefits, rather than we're totally not a drink, you're not going to get drunk on this, because I think the placement on the shelf will indicate that, right? It'll be next to other health food products. You kind of know what I'm saying there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because it's an opportunity to display your strong points, and when I'm looking at health drinks, and maybe this is me being naive about the market, but I don't assume them to be alcoholic, right? Am I kind of okay? I was like, maybe I'm nuts here, but so I wasn't sure if there was a reason for that or what, but it's a good opportunity to show.
One other thought with the, I guess the label or the presentation in general is to embrace your story.
Yeah.
I think if you have roots that are going back to Africa and you can celebrate that in the packaging, I'm not sure of your price position, I'm not sure of your packaging details, it's going to be glass, is it plastic?
Yeah,
this
is the actual
right.
the bottle.
Yeah.
And this is the label we just printed in a paper and put it here for people to just give us the feedback, and we want to see how exactly it's going to look like before we do our final printing. So we just kind of use our due diligence to get this product to the people that really want it. So we want the people that would really want the product to decide on how they want their product to be. So because it's the product for the people, made by us and for the people. So
just a general thought though is if you do have a story to tell, you might be able to embrace that more in there. It could be on the back of the label, there could be iconic graphics that immediately tie people back to an African connection that could be of health benefit. It could create a premium space for you. You know, it kind of justifies maybe a higher reach on the price point. So instead of just potentially just a name and a graphic, a little bit of a story to it, or an icon delivery of some type, so it's an instant connection as to what this is and why is it different on the shelf than anything else, could be a benefit.
We have that also. We tag that on the thank you note, which is on the bottle. It's going to be a little bit thank you note that we said a little bit story about the product and how, exactly what you're saying. Thank you.
Okay, just one more thing. I think you should, instead of putting non-alcoholic on it in that line space, and you should trademark a delicious taste of Africa.
Yes, ma'am.
Put that in quotes, yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
All right, one more, and then
All right, so kind of getting back to the packaging, probably don't need this, but so you pulled that out and you were showing that bottle there. So this may seem silly, but if you're looking at a market that's on the go, people that are active, have you done any testing or talked to consumers about, the feel of the bottle? Does it fit in a cup holder? Silly little things like that, so that it is actually, mobile. They can take it with them. It's not going to feel weird in their hand. They don't have to put it in their passenger seat when they're driving and it's rolling around. Just things like that as far as packaging.
Okay. Yeah, we've done a couple of testing. From my recall, now I think like 236 people have tasted the product, and we get really authentic feedback from people, because we really talk to people like, please, we don't want just tell us what you really think about it, and we've been getting authentic feedback from people like the one we just got from you right now. So thank you so much.
great, thank you.